So hey there guys, and welcome to the second video of how to play Cardfight Vanguard series. And in today's video I'm gonna show you some advanced mechanics of this game and how to play it. Well, of course, if you don't have the game with you, here's the link, and the link will be in the description below. And also this is the website, you know how to download it. I just told you in the previous video, and if you haven't checked it, you may sure and go. There's a link to my previous video too in the description, and let's get started. So as always, we can see that there is a Vanguard archive file when you download it, and then this opens a new folder, and here is our game. So when we begin with it, this time I'm going to show you something new. I mean, just some combination of skills of the Royal Paladins together. So this time I'm using Royals 2. In my previous video I used Royals 1. So let's get with it. So I use my deck editor, and here are the Royals. So my starting Vanguard will be starting legend Ambrosius. Well, to use it is only because to get a Barcall in my hand, because Barcall can't be my starting Vanguard, and so three of Bargalls I'm taking, 3 Flogels, 4 Lews, 4 Margals, 4 Heal Triggers, and 1 Sharon, just to complete the heal triggers, just to complete the trigger cycle. And then I have 4 Perfect Guards, 2 Marines, and I have a Pongal this time because I want to show you something called as Soul Blast. And for a Soul Blast, I think Soul Saver Dragon would be the great, which is here, the Soul Saver Dragon, and other 2 cards are the same. And there is a Baron, Blaster Blade of course, and Akane. Then we have Young Pegasus Knight and Pack Gun. So this is the deck which I will be using today, and let's get on to it. So I connect as always. So let's see. Well, this is the basic thing which I showed you in the previous video, and now we just have to get an opponent. Okay, so 2 of them are challenging me, and so here we go, our first match with this deck. So this time it's the Shadow Paladins. Last time it was the Oracle Think Tank, and I think this guy is a strider. I mean, he will be striding. I won't be striding because I can't show you striding unless I show you the previous things. Okay, so here we have it. The basic mechanics of this video, I redraw, and then I don't have a grade 3 yet. That might be some trouble. But let's see. As the game progresses, we should get a grade 3. Okay, so I ride with Pegasus Knight. I call him to rear guard, and then I use his skill. I move him to the soul, and then I discard 1 card from my hand. Let's discard Baron, and then I draw. So that's a really awesome skill if you want the cards you need. And then he does the same thing, he rides. So this is True Black Sage Charon, and yeah, it's a very useful thing for the Shadow Paladins. And I Doga. So damage check, and I got a critical trigger, but critical trigger at this stage is useless. It's completely useless. And then I ride with Blaster Blade, of course. Then I call Akane, and then I use Pongal skill. Pongal skill says counter blast, that is this, and I move him to the soul. Then I can search my deck for 1 copy of Soul Saver Dragon, which I think I have, yeah, and then I can put it into a hand, and that's cool. Then I call Marin just to boost Akane, and so Akane attacks with a boost from Marin, and let's see. Okay, he takes damage, and then Blaster Blade attacks. Very silent. Okay, he's saying no guard, so I drive trigger check, and I got a critical trigger. So all effects to Blaster Blade. And then I end my turn. So he ride with Intense Fight Knight Dorient. So this is the Generation Break, if you can see here. Generation Break is usually those abilities which I activate when you stride, and since I'm not striding, then I don't think I would be able to explain you this. So he gets a critical trigger, no problem, I can check for 2 damage straight away. This might be some tough battle because I don't have any Strider cards with me. I think I won't ride it this turn. So attack with Akane. Let's see. Okay, he takes damage. Now my Blaster Blade requires a trigger for this because 9000 versus 14 and he's guarding, so that means the attack won't hit. Well, this battle would be long, or I would say very short. Okay, so he rode, but he can't stride because I don't have a grade 3 yet, and that's fine. So I don't guard once again. So he drive trigger checks and then he second checks. He gets a critical trigger. So draw trigger will be activated first. So I draw and then I second check. So right phase once again. And this time I don't think I have anything. I have 3 cards in the soul and I just have to ride it, I think, this turn. Well, let's do it then, if you have to ride it. So I ride with Blaster Blade skill, I counter blast and I retire Diablo. So then I can call Sparkle, but I think that would be better to guard. So I call Packle. I want to use a skill. So attack. So it's 16 versus 11,000. He can take damage if he wants, or he can guard. Okay, so he's guarding. So then my Blaster Blade will attack. And then he guards once again. So drive trigger check and it's Blaster Blade again. No problem. So here he goes again. So technically I'm not still on a grade 3 and therefore he can't stride, but he can call a grade 3 unit, and that would be a little bit advantage for me. But also it's like holding a sword with 2 ends. But I don't know, I'm playing this battle. He gets a critical trigger. And then he will attack my Blaster Blade, of course. Well, however hard they try, if I don't have a grade 3, I don't think he can, I mean he won't be able to stride. But to win, I think I need a grade 3. So let's end this battle. So I ride with Soul Saver Dragon and I use this awesome skill, the Soul Blast Fire. So there are 5 cards in my soul, and then I blast all those cards out of the soul, and that skill gives the other of my real cards the 5000 power extra. Only 3 of them, but that's enough power for this turn. Okay, not 50,000, it's 5,000. Then I call my Blaster Blade, I use a skill, and then I retire him, and then I call Pegasus Knight. So a small formation, but still it would help me, I guess. So he gets a critical trigger. So that's actually a great sign because he increases power. So that's a perfect guard. Attack won't hit at any cost. And I got a Markle, so I draw. And then my Pegasus Knight attacks, boost Blaster Blade, and he attacks. And so now he will get something called as a stride. So what's a stride? He will discard a grade 3 from his hand, just like he did. But this card, see, if you can read the skill, count hand, when you're paying the cost for stride, this card gets +2. So even though it's a grade 1, it's actually a grade 2. And of course I won't let this attack hit because I want to save myself. So perfect guard and triple drive, and he gets a critical trigger, which is a waste. Well, once again everything is just messed up because that card is way too powerful for me to beat, but I can at least try. Let's see what happens. So Blaster Blade attacks first, he guards. Next is my Soul Saver attacking. I think he will guard this one too, yeah. So that's 21k, that's 11k plus 10,000. So 21 and one trigger to pass. If I get a trigger, I win. Let's see. Right trigger check, nothing there. Second check is a stand trigger. Power and Blaster Blade stands. And the attack hits. And therefore I win, he gets a 6 damage count there. So well, that was a Soul Blast which I needed to show you. And the other skills are just great. So it's up to you how you like to play this game. Some strategies, some cool strategies, and then some cards work together greatly than the others, and that's up to you to decide. Well then, again, if we go to the deck, I mean deck editor, there we can see that there are many cards you can choose from. It's up to you how you can. Now there are some clans, those are called sub clans, and those are some, if I can say it perfectly, here is Advanced Party Seeker File. So Advanced Party Seeker File, that is a Seeker, and Seeker are those units which usually perform Legion in the Royal Paladin clan. And then there are Jewel Knights, like this. Jewel Knight is also a sub-clan, and the others are just normal knights. Like we have Blaster Blade, and then we have Blaster Blade Seeker. Both of them are completely different, and Blaster Blade Spirit is another completely different card. So even though they have the same names, it's different. And well, if you want to look at the Blaster Blades, I mean all of them, so here is it. These are all the Blaster Blades and the Blaster Darks. So Blaster Dark, Blaster Blade, Blaster Blade Spirit, Blaster Blade, Blaster Dark Spirit. Then this card is the Exculpate the Blaster, and this is the key reason of the card that Bark Call was banned. Well, many people say that this card, I mean the sole purpose of this card is to have a Blaster Blade in the soul, and to get a Blaster Blade in the soul, Bark Call is the main, I mean, criminal for that. I won't say criminal, but yeah, he is like a criminal for the other clans. And then the others are just great. There are some really awesome Blaster Darks, and this card I will be talking about in the later videos. This is the one which is like a I mean, which not only retires, I mean it doesn't retire the opponent's formation, but it creates something called as a lock, and I'll tell you in the later videos. So that was it for some advanced mechanics of the game, and thanks for watching.